Welcome back to another video. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. MeiaSoQuick with the uploads. Intro's over. Subscribe before you go. Welcome back, everybody. It's MeiaSoQuick, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing another set of press-on nails. So I'm going in as usual with my Beatles gel polish, okay, tried and true. And this color is A99. It's just a nice bright red color because I wanted to do a style of like a Christian Louboutin with the red bottom. So you'll be able to see this color actually from the bottom of the nails. This color won't show when you're actually looking at it on top, but it'll just have that peekaboo red underneath the nail. So all I'm gonna do is go ahead and just paint a thin coat of this red all over these stiletto shaped nails. And if you ever get the nails out the package, guys, just make sure that you can file them a little bit to make sure there's no little plastic ends. I didn't go in with the base gel this time because I find that, most of the time I honestly just don't need it. But you're also welcome just to go ahead and buff away the shine, and that might also help with your adhesion. So I'm putting on this thin coat of this red as you see here. And then once that's done, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that into my lamp for a good 2 minutes to fully cure, okay? And then once those are out, I am going to be doing what is technically the color that you will see when you look at my nails. So I'm going in with this white. This is in color 894 for the Beatles gel polish. It's a thicker bottle. And for this one, I'm just going to fully paint these nails. This white is very, very opaque. However, I do wind up doing this with 2 coats just because I can still see a hint of the red peeking through. You probably can't on camera, but in person, I definitely felt like with the light shining directly on it, I could still see the red coming through the white. So I went ahead and did 2 coats of this white, and I also let that fully cure. Also, one thing to be mindful of is with the gel polish, you do not want to be super thick and super heavy-handed because not only will it not allow the gel polish to cure, but it can actually kind of distort the shape of your nail, especially a stiletto nail. It's a really clean, slender look. So sometimes what I would suggest is that just go ahead and drag your finger down the side or underneath the side of the nail just to make sure that you don't have any polish that's like glopping up, and that's really going to, as I said, distort the shape of your actual stiletto nail. All right, so as you guys can see, this is what it looks like with the 1 coat down. It looks pretty full, but after the full 2 coats, which I didn't show on camera, this is what I have. And then I realized, oh shoot, one of your nails was supposed to be black. So I'm taking this 895 and I'm just, this black is super black, right? This is literally a 1 coat black on anything. I really do love the Beatles gel polish. Their black gel polish. It's super, super opaque. So I'm just gonna do this 1 thin coat since I've already got 3 coats on this nail already. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a full blackout coat on here. And as you see, I'm kind of tilting it around and just making sure that I don't have any of that white showing. And on the stiletto, you kind of have to cap it all the way around the nail as you would, okay? So that's what it looks like. As I said, super, super black, and I love it, okay? Now let's get into the fun part, or the tricky part, if you will, okay? So for these nails, I'm gonna be doing a houndstooth design. So I'm gonna be taking out my stamping plates, and I have this by Beauty, at least I think that's what it's called. And when you get it, you receive all these different fun stamping plates. And FYI, because you might make the same mistake as I did, that blue is a sticker. You gotta peel that blue off of each stamping plate, okay? You also get a credit card type of tool, as well as this clear jelly stamper. And I love clear jelly stampers because you can see through it and see what you're actually doing. You're also gonna just wanna use some tape. This tape is gonna be what I use to help clean up my jelly stamper. And yeah, so this is what the plate should look like when it's ready to use. As I said, you have to peel off that blue sticker, otherwise it will not work. So if you're one of the ones out there who didn't know that, now you know. So this is the design, as you can see in this corner, this houndstooth design that I'm going to be using. And I've already went ahead and cleaned my stamping plate, but in case you haven't, you just want to make sure that you just get some acetone on a little wipe, and then you can go ahead and clean that. So I'm going to be using these Born Pretty stamping polishes. So if you've ever tried to stamp with just plain gel polish, chances are it didn't work. So what you really need to have is more of a thick consistency. So you can probably have like some really thick old nail polish, and that might do the trick. Or you can actually just invest in getting some stamping polishes. And as you can see, when I open this one, I'm going to be using this black Born Pretty gel stamping polish, and you'll see that it is very, very thick, right? Can you see that? Oh, she thick. Yes. So if you're using a polish that is runny or it's thin, the stamping is just not, it's just not gonna work, okay? It's not gonna work. Don't waste your time, all right? So those are all the materials that I'm gonna be using, and then it also comes in with this nice little instructional little leaflet that's super, super easy to follow, and it's exactly as it's written. There's no other tricks, I promise you. It's exactly as it tells you. That's what you want to go ahead and do. So the first thing that I'm doing on this clean stamping plate, I'm going to go ahead and just cover half of the design with the polish, right? And I start on the inside, if you will, and then I'm going to take my card and at a 45-degree angle, I'm going to swipe it from inside down to outside, take my jelly stamper, roll it over. You want to do all of this really quickly. Now pay attention, because I'm about to make a mistake, okay? Mistake number one, using my hands to clean my jelly stamper when I already have tape. Second thing is, I did not line this. The thing is clear so you can look through it, not across the side. And what do you know? I didn't get the full nail. Mistake number three, I just decided to go right back in without looking, and guess what? That is god awful. Okay, so no one wants to see that. I'm trying again. What I would suggest if you're stamping, go ahead and top coat whatever your base color is, so that way if you ever make a mistake, when you get acetone and wipe it off, you don't have to worry about painting the whole nail over, okay? So here I am doing this again. Once again, I put the color on half, I swipe it, I roll my stamper over quickly, and now what I'm gonna do, take some tape to clean it. I don't think I really got it, but I'm gonna make sure I look through the top. I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but it's see-through. If you look straight down, you'll be able to see exactly what you're doing. And all you need to do is just push down firmly and lift up, and you can see now I've got it and it's fully on the nail. And yes, I was going for only a half on this nail, okay? So easy peasy. If you missed that, let's go ahead and I'll show you again what you're gonna do, okay? So just like before, I already cleaned it off with some acetone, and I'm gonna cover up the design halfway from the inside, and then taking my little card swiper from the inside to the outside at a 45-degree angle, just apply some pressure and drag it down. Then get my jelly stamper and slowly roll it over. And then this time, as you can see, I got some extras, so I just have this tape, and you just put the tape on there, and it lifts up whatever the tape sticks to. So super easy way to make sure. You can also do that like if you only meant to pick up half the design, just take off what you don't want with tape. So once again, I'm looking at it, and this time I'm doing a rolling technique versus just a straight down technique, and either one will actually work. And so boom, there you go. Now for this, I did realize there was a tiny bit at the top that I missed, and I did actually still have some left on my jelly stamper, but I just went ahead with some tape and I took it all off because I did not want to make any more mistakes. And that's literally just how you clean it. Do not, I repeat, do not put acetone on your jelly stamper. It's too harsh on it, and you don't need it. You do not need it to eat away at the jelly stamper or to be rough, okay? So you just get a piece of sticky tape and you just poop it on there and it'll pull it up. So just to get this little tiny piece at the top, I'm just putting the very little bit amount on this, and once again, I'm gonna swipe this stamping plate. I grab my tool as quickly as I can. You want to definitely make sure you do this quick. Clearly you can see I was not swiping that great because I forgot to take the polish off the card, but I got a little bit on my stamper, and now I tried to line it up as best as I could while I was on camera, but I could have definitely done this a little bit better if I was not trying to stay in focus, but it was good enough for me. But as you can see, I just wanted to do a little tiny bit at the top, and my spacing was probably a little bit off, but either way, I think it came out okay, as you guys can see. There it is. Boom. That's all you have to do. So once again, you see my stamper. I'm just gonna get the tape, and then voila, as you see, all of it just gets easily cleaned up, no mess. So these are what all my nails look like so far after I've done all my stamping. You can see 2 nails are kind of having a half moon shape and 2 nails are fully stamped, and then I have the 1 black down. So next I'm going to go into refining this with some more designs. I'm going back into that 895, that thick black Beetles gel polish, and I'm grabbing my Macart detailer brush. This is the brush number 1. These are some great nail art brushes. Like, they're so like fine that you can pretty much get a straight line by, like, even if your hand is not that steady. Okay, so now that I've got that, for this nail I decided that I wanted to make that whole bottom white part, I wanted to close it off in a half moon shape and then fill it in with black. So here you can see I'm just trying to get that shape down. I usually sometimes will make a dot at the center and then a dot on both sides to make sure that it all lines up all the way around. So that's what you just see me doing here, is just trying to refine that line and make sure that it looks even. And yeah, once I'm happy with that, I double check the sides to make sure that the line is carried all the way through and that the meeting point on the left side matches the meeting point on the right side, right? It's all about symmetry. Now that I've got that, I'm going to go directly into that bottle of black gel polish, and I'm going to use the brush. I've wiped off much of the excess because I don't need a lot of polish, and then I'm just going to go ahead and paint in that area that's left there. Okay? So once again, you do not need a whole bunch of polish on your brush. You just need it ever so lightly because this polish is thick and opaque. All right? And then I just kind of like tease my brush up to that line since I don't really need to go over it. And voila, that's what it looks like. It looks all good, and I'm just double checking to make sure there's no white streaks coming through. And that is what that nail looks like. All right? So the next thing that I'm going to be doing, taking on my next nail, I'm going to be taking this nail that is fully in stamped all the way through, and I'm just going to be doing a black strip down the kind of the side of the nail, not kind of just off center. Just off center, I'm going to grab that same detailer brush and dip it in my black polish again, and I'm going to draw a straight line just off center, right to the left, as you can see here. Okay, if your line is not completely straight, it's actually okay because it has a whole design on it, so it kind of camouflages a lot of it. But I can say that practice makes perfect. My line work months ago when I first started trying to do all this looked so trash, basura, compared to what I do actually now. So practice makes perfect, guys, and then just keep at it. So just like the last time, you can actually go in with the detailer brush and try to fill in all the details. Or like me here, I'm just once again grab the brush straight out of the bottle and I'm filling in that whole area to the left of where I drew that solid black line going straight from the base to the tip of the nail. All right, once again, making sure all that excess is off and capping my free edge all the way around. And that is what this nail will look like, okay? I know the lights are kind of shining, so it's kind of probably taking away from the design. All right, and then I'm only going to do one more thing. So this other nail that you see that has this half moon shape and that's white at the bottom, I'm just going to do a block off, like a color blocking, if you will, with just a solid black line. So I'm just going to make a little solid black half moon shape to separate the pattern from the actual design. And you guys will see me do that here. All right, you want to definitely make sure that you're going in and you're taking off the excess on your detailer brush as well, so that you're not starting off too thick. Because sometimes when you start off thick and you drag, the line will get thinner, and then you have to go back and keep dipping to make sure that your lines match in thickness. All right. So as you can see, once again, just like I did with that first nail that I tried, I'm just looking at both sides just to make sure that the left side, how far it comes down, matches the same on the right side, as well as the thickness of this line as I was talking about before. Okay? So super Simple but super cute, okay? I'm in love with these nails and I'm not even done, okay? So that is the last design on that, and you can see what this pair looks like all together, okay? So that is what my nails will look like, but clearly I'm gonna go ahead and let those cure. And when they're done curing, I'm gonna go ahead and top this off with the Top It Off top gel. This is the shiny coat. You can obviously do this in shiny or you can do it in matte. I kind of was, not sure, so I just decided to go with shiny. One suggestion that I do have is that sometimes the matte will cause even your cured gel polish sometimes just to kind of bleed a little bit. So I would always suggest you can always do a base coat with shiny, and then if you want it matte, just put the matte over the shiny and it'll dull it all and make it look matte. So that is just, a suggestion for you if you're ever playing around and you're not exactly sure. So I'm just gonna go ahead and top coat all of these in shiny, and then I'm gonna cure it, and I'll show you guys what the final reveal is of this whole Houndstooth Stiletto Christian Louboutin red bottom nails looks like, right? That's a mouthful. Okay, and so these are what the final nails look like, right? Go ahead and give me a like if you actually would wear these, right? Or comment below if you would wear these. Also, let me know what other patterns or what other designs I should go ahead and tackle. So as you guys can see, I showed you the underneath, so the little red bottoms, and then you guys can get a real close-up on this Houndstooth design, all right? I got the inspiration from a Houndstooth jacket winter coat that I actually love to wear, and I kind of had been daydreaming about having some matching nails for the longest, okay? So that's gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I appreciate you all so much for sticking around and watching until the end. By all means, feel free to hit the like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye.